What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be trying out some new makeup. So I have several things sitting in front of me that have just dropped or have dropped recently at Sephora and Ulta, but then I also have some products that I'm still testing out and kind of getting my feelings on. So I have some products from Smashbox, some from Tarte. I also have a new brow gel from Urban Decay that I'm excited to try out. And then I have some other products like the About Face foundation and the Fenty mascara that I'm still trying to decide how I feel about them. And I'm also going to be featuring an Ensley Rain palette on this channel. Can you guess, just based off of this eye look, which palette it is? Let me know before we get started in this look and see if you guessed correctly. But if you want to see how I got this look right here using these products and some of my first impressions on them, then stick around. All right, y'all, so my face is prepped and it is SPF'd, so we're going to go ahead and jump into these products. So the first one that I have is a new to me product. It's not new on the market, but it's the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with niacinamide. So one of my absolute favorite primers to use is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, and I'm almost out of it, and I've been seeing for such a long time that this is a dupe for it, or it's a lot like it, exactly the same. And so I finally got my hands on one and decided that since I'm almost out of my Milk Makeup one, I would go ahead and start trying this one and see if I like it. Okay, so far the consistency is about the same. It's a little bit more watery. It's not quite as thick, I don't feel like, but it does feel very similar on the skin, maybe a little tackier than the Milk, but it does feel, yeah, it's got that tack to it. It's actually a little bit more tacky than the Milk, which I don't mind. So I'm excited to see if this is going to perform just like my Milk, because if it does, this is a lot less expensive, so that's exciting. Yeah, that's like really tacky, but I'm excited about it. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and before we do foundation, I picked up the Tarte Key Largo bronzing drops right here. So I just thought it looked interesting. I've never tried any of the bronzing drops like the what are they, the Drunk Elephant ones. I've never tried anything like that, but Tarte came out with one, so I wanted to see what it was about. So I got the shade Champagne Glow right there on the back. And let's see what the package says. So this says Sun-Kissed Bronze mix. I am so sorry. Okay. Sun-Kissed Bronze, mix 1 to 2 drops with moisturizer or primer. Well, I already have that on. Lit from Within Bronze, mix 2 to 4 drops with foundation. Vacay Glow, smooth onto body. I want to see what this looks like before I commit to anything, because I may want to use it another day and just mix it with, okay, so that's not too dark. I'm wondering, I don't know if I want to mix that with my foundation. Maybe if I have a light foundation. It is really shimmery, and which I think would be fun for the summer. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit on top of my primer and then do some foundation on top of that. So I'm just going to put it on my fingers, which is going to drive me insane. I don't know what else to do it with. And see what this does. Oh, that is bronze. That is shiny and shimmery and bronze. Oh. So I do sometimes self-tan in the summer. Not a lot, but sometimes I do. So I think this is probably going to be a really good product for that, because I don't self-tan my face and I use a lot of SPF, exfoliators, actives, things like that. So my face is always pretty light. I'm one of those, I don't have a summer foundation and a winter foundation. I'm the same I am the same foundation year round. So that's fun. But I will say, just from the way that this feels on my skin, it feels hydrating, it feels moisturized, it doesn't feel dry, it didn't go on patchy or stick anywhere, do anything weird. It went on very smoothly. And I just used my fingers. But that does look really pretty. It does give a really nice glow to the skin. So I do want to keep testing this out. I do want to try mixing it in with a moisturizer. I know I have a couple of foundations I think that are too light for me, believe it or not. So I do want to try it in other ways and see how that works out. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into foundation. So I'm going to continue testing the About Face, the Performer Skin Focused Foundation. I've already done a first impression with this and I have been enjoying it, but I want to keep getting some wear out of it because I just don't have like my final thoughts on it. I haven't done like a wear test or anything like that. I've just been using it. The only thing I'm not really fond of is the doe foot applicator. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like germs, bacteria, things like that. But I guess if you're putting it on clean skin, it'll be okay. And if it's a huge concern for you, you can always put it on like a makeup palette and then just pick it up from there with your sponge or your brush. So that's going on really nicely over both of those products that I've already used. And it looks good so far. I don't think that really like darkened up my foundation too bad. Like it still matches really well. And that does look nice. All right, next we're going to go in with the Fenty Beauty We're Even Concealer. I have been testing this one out as well. I've been enjoying it. Again, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it is nice. I feel like it's almost too slippy for my under eyes. Like I need a very hydrating concealer under my eyes, but I feel like this one is almost too hydrating. But I'm going to go in with a Rare Beauty concealer brush and just kind of tap that out. Maybe I'm using too much. I keep thinking I'm going to put on less and then I just keep putting on the same amount. But it does look really nice on first application. I will say it is one that I feel like I absolutely have to wear a powder with, that it doesn't set down on its own. It stays pretty wet under my eyes, which does mean that I can go in and just tap it out with my finger if it starts to settle a lot into my little fine lines right there under my eyes. But I usually set my under eyes anyway. So it does look nice upon application. I just don't know if it's my favorite. I don't know if it's as good as my little duo that I use. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to set this face. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Powder in Fair. This one right here. I have been testing this out and I am enjoying it. This is a nice powder. I haven't had anything funky. It is very mattifying, and for me, that's a little much. I usually prefer a more mattifying powder in the summer. That's usually whenever I break out, or yeah, break out my my big guns as far as primers and foundations and powders and all of that, because it does get very, very hot here, very, very humid. I am hot natured, so that doesn't help. And my skin tends to get a little bit more on the oily side in the summer. I wouldn't say full on oily, but I would say more combination. So that's usually whenever I like to do like the mattifying primers, mattifying foundation, powder, setting spray, all of that. See how that just went in and mattified everything? It really set everything down. Okay, I'm going to go in with my little Singe Beauty triangle sponge, and I'm going to set my under eyes. I always like to set them this way, so I can make sure I'm really pressing that powder in. Just like that. Okay, next we're going to jump into bronzer, blush, and highlighter. And for this, I picked up the Smashbox Halo Sculpt and Glow Face Palette right here. I picked up the one called Pink Saturation. So this has 2 blushes, a highlighter, and a powder. Well, it says designer contour powder, but from what I understand, it's more of a bronzer. So this is what the component looks like. Very heavy, very weighty, and it just opens up like that. Oh, that does not stay open. See that? Oh, that's no fun. But it has in it a little application how-to thing. We don't need that. But this is what the palette looks like right here. There we go. There we go. So this is what it looks like right here. So we have, the Rose Quartz Highlighting Powder. We have Hope Pink, Peachy Scene, and Designer Contour Powder. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick up let's do this one. This is Abilene Brushes right here. I'm going to go into this shade up here that is, to me, a bronzer. That is not a contour. I'm just going to pick it up on my brush like that. And we're going to bronze up the skin. Okay, that's nice. It's not overly pigmented. It's a little hard to pick up. Like if you see, I'm like digging in here and getting, I feel like very little payoff. So I'm not sure if it's got like I don't feel like it's got like a coating over it. I feel like it's light, which is fine with me. I prefer a buildable bronzer anyways, just because I am so fair skinned that one wrong move and it can completely destroy an entire makeup look. So I'm not mad about the fact that it's not super pigmented. As long as it looks nice on the skin and it's buildable, I'm okay with that. And that's looking nice so far. It's not doing anything patchy. It's not grabbing funny. It's not taking up my makeup underneath. It's not moving things around. That does look nice though. I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up my bronzing really quick. Just adding that little bit of color back to my skin. And then we're going to play with the blushes over here. So I think for the blushes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one on each side. And then I will probably go back in and blend them so that we're even on each side. Because I do have some things that we're going to go do today. Okay. So that is what we're looking like with the bronzer. That's really pretty. I do like it. It's not too orange, which I really appreciate. We'll see how it wears. Let's go ahead and jump in with some blush. So I'm going to start with, gosh, this is like really hard to, I'm going to go ahead and start with this peachy one right here, and I'm just going to do that on the right side of my face. So I'm going in with a Sigma X Kristen Dominique angled cheek brush. I'm just going to pick that up. Okay, this is a little more pigmented, which I like. I love a pigmented blush. Okay, that's really pretty. I love a blush moment. Like that. That looks really nice. That's a pretty peach. I love a peach blush. But that's really pretty. It's a pretty blush moment. Okay, next I'm going to, let me clean off this brush real quick so I don't have to grab another one. So it is cleaned off, and we're going to go in with that pink color right here. Pick that up, and we're going to go in on this side. My hair is driving me absolutely insane today. It wants to just flop over my shoulder and get in my way. But that's a really pretty pink. It's just a soft, everyday wearable pink. I think this palette is really nice. First impression, I like it. I like this for first impression. I think if you just want an all-in-one palette for every day where you can just dig into it, you've got your pink blush, you've got your peach blush, you've got your bronzer, this might be your girl. I'm gonna go back in with that peach one over here. You still kind of have on two blushes. I don't think anybody will notice, but that's okay. All right, so far so good. Let's go ahead and try out this highlighter down here. This is rose quartz, so I'm thinking it's probably the same one that they used to have with Becca, because I noticed that one of these had C pop in it and one of them had Prosecco pop, and then I can't remember what the other one was, but this one was rose quartz. I'm going to pick this up with my Rare Beauty highlighting brush, and we're just gonna, oh, that's pretty. Yep, gorgeous. Pop that there, a little bit on my nose. I still do the nose highlight. I will probably never stop doing the nose highlight. I will never stop with highlighter either. But that is a beautiful highlighter. Yep, that's pretty. A little bit up there, a little bit up there. Let's do a little bit right there. I just want to glow all over. I love highlighter. That's beautiful. I love it. So far, I'm really enjoying this palette. I'm excited to keep trying it out. I was really excited when I saw these come out because I felt like Smashbox hadn't done much for a while. And then they released that and I was like, okay, I see you. Are we coming back? I think we are. But let's go ahead and do some brows real quick. So I picked up the Urban Decay Big Bush Brow. I hate the name of this. There's something about the Big Bush. I don't like it. But I got Brunette Betty. And I wanted to see how this works. So my eyebrows are actually tattooed on. I am a survivor of the 90s brow. They are so plucked and so sparse that they never grew back in. I have no hair up here. I don't have a lot of hair right here. I don't have any under here, and I have like this really sparse tail. And I used to sit and fill in my brows like crazy, and I got really sick of it because it was time consuming. I hated doing it. Hold on. So this is what the tube looks like. And this is the component right here. That looks nice. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to brush this through. But I got really, really sick and tired of sitting down and sculpting out my brows and drawing them out and it took me probably 15-20 minutes to do my brows because I was literally building a brow from what felt like scratch. And I know that they're not supposed to like be matchy match. I get that. But even just to have them look like they came from the same family tree took me forever. So finally I gave up, and I guess it's been almost 3 years now. I had them microbladed, but I actually had what's called the powder brow. So instead of having the little hair-like strokes, they just look like what they would look like if you filled them in with a pencil. So when I get up in the morning, this is what my brows look like. Sometimes I forget to do my brows, and sometimes I don't. I usually don't, but sometimes when I do, I still have a brow, so that's nice. But this is what we are looking like. That is one coat. I want to go back in with just a little bit more right here in the front. So I like a tinted brow gel because it just kind of goes back in and fills in my brows where the makeup kind of took over from putting on foundation and things like that. I don't fill them in. I don't use a pencil. I don't use all of that. I might bust out a pencil if they start to fade and I'm due for a refill, because you do have to have these refilled every year, year and a half or so. They fade just from washing your face, exfoliating, using actives, things like that. They will fade. And it's a different form of, it's not the same like tattoo ink that you use for any other tattoo. So it's a gentler one because it's going into your face. So they do fade, and that's usually about the time that I will pull out like the brow pencil and maybe fill in just a little bit. But just for every day, I just like a tinted brow gel, and I prefer one that has like fibers in it or something like that. And this one says that it has the hair-like fibers in it. And it says, let's get bushy up there. I hate that so much. Ugh, I hate it. But I'm hoping, or I want to see if this has like the same hold and everything as my NYX Thick It Stick It, because that is my absolute favorite. I have been through several of those at this point. I don't even know how many. And that one's almost out. So this is what we're looking like. I'm loving the way that my brows are looking. I think the color is perfect. I usually do a dark brunette or something like that, and that's what I did. So we're going to see how this holds up, how it wears, if it smudges, if it comes off, anything like that, and if they stay put. It doesn't feel quite as glue-like as the NYX, but I'm not mad about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to eyes. So for the eyes, I'm going to be playing with the Ensley Rain Lands of Enchantment palette. I did get this one back in December and I have played with it, but I've only played with it I think twice at this point, and I want to play with it more. So I thought that we would go ahead and bring this out today and play with it. And I think what I want to do is I want to play with like the greens. So I don't know what yet. I will walk you through it, but I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes real quick, and then we will do the eyeshadow look. Okay, so my eyes are primed. I did go in with the Natasha Denona eyeshadow base right here. I've been using that one for about a week now. I think my MAC paint pot is drying up and I just haven't bought a new one, but I've been enjoying this one, so I may just keep using this one. It holds up nicely. It's a little lighter in texture too on my lids, so I'm enjoying that. But I'm going to start with a Singed Beauty E04, and I'm going to go in with this color right here called Palladian. This is this deep dark green, and I'm just going to pop that right here in my outer corner. I did tap it off. Gorgeous, nice and pigmented. I will say that the Ensley Rain formula is absolutely stunning. this brand was on my radar for so long last year, and I just kept thinking, it's just so expensive. I don't know if I can do it. And finally, when this palette came out, it really caught my eye and I pulled the trigger. And I'm so glad that I did, because this is an absolutely gorgeous formula. I've really been enjoying it. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. I think I might bring it in just a little bit more, like that. Yeah, just like that. But no patchiness. I do have a little bit of fallout, not a whole lot, but I am powdered, so I should be able to just wipe that away. Okay. Let's see. Next, I want to go in with, what do I want to go in with next? I think I want to go in with this color right here called Lost World. That's like a really pretty teal color. So I'm going to, let's see, pick up, is this one clean? Yes, it is very clean. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up on a Singe EO3 brush, and just like that, I'm going to tap it off a little bit, and I want to go right along, yep, just like that, and blend it out. Soften that look up quite a bit. Bringing it all the way over and just blending up and then out. I'm gonna blend it out over here as well. That's really pretty. That's like the dark color is like a murky water green to me. It's not quite like an emerald green or anything like that. And I feel like all of this is coming off a little bit more blue than green, but I'm not mad about it. It's still beautiful. Just want to make sure that I am blending really, really well. Just like that. That's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to go back with that first brush that we used, that Singe EO4. I'm going to pick up that Palladian color again, and I just want to bring it up just a little bit and kind of disperse it. Yeah, like that. Okay. Next, I'm going to, what do I want to do next? Let's see, where are we? I think what I want to do next is go in with this color down here, this dark navy blue called Edge of the Night. And I'm going to take a Singe Beauty EO7 brush, and I'm just going to dip into that, and I'm going to line my lash line down here. I'm not going to bring it all the way over. I'm going to come about halfway over like that. There we go. Just like that. And then I'm going to go in with a small fluffy brush. I'm going to take this one. This is a Singe EO5 brush. And I'm going to go in with this shade right here, this light blue called Transcend. It's actually more like a mid-tone blue. I'm just going to dip in, and I'm going to start on the inner part, and then I'm just going to fluff that over and smoke out that navy blue. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. Let me go ahead and sweep off a little bit of this fallout. See if it, yep, sweeps off perfectly. No staining. You know how sometimes it kind of smudges even if you're powdered? This did not do that. So Next, let's see. We need a shimmer for the lid. So what do I want to do? There's so many pretty shimmers in here, but I think this one right here is really calling to me, called Moonrise. And it's a gold. It looks like a gold in the pan with like a green like flip to it. So we're going to try that one out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my NYX glitter glue right here, a little bit on my finger, tap it on my lid. Okay, and then we're going to go back in with that shimmer shade Moonrise. So I'm just going to pick it up and show you. Let me, it's not wanting to focus. There we go. That color right there. I'm just going to tap that on my lid. That's really pretty. Just like that. That's stunning. I will say Inslee Rain does not disappoint with their shimmer shades. They are so shifty and so shiny and so beautiful. Like that's where it's at with these. Okay, I think next what I want to do is I want to go in with this shade right here, this shimmer shade called Moon Magic, and I want to put that just right where those two shades meet, just like that. So I've got a nice blend on my lid, just like that. See how that gave that a nice gradient effect instead of that harsh line? We're going to do it just like that. And next we're going to go ahead and do the inner corner. So for the inner corner, I've got these three shades that I want to choose from. And I think we're going to go with this one over here called Light Language. So I'm going to pick up a Morphe M421 brush. I'm going to grab that color Light Language, just like that. Oh, that's really pretty. You can already see the shift. And then I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus and I'm going to spray that shade. I'm going to put that right here in my inner corner of my lid. Just like that. That's really pretty. It's got like a purple glow to it. It really ties in the two shades. That is beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop off camera. I'm going to do my other eye. I'm going to do some liner and mascara since I don't really have anything new, and I will be right back. All right, and I am back with my completed eye look on. So I went ahead and went in with my Give by Gwen Stefani liner in Bath Water in my waterline. And then for my lash line on my upper lid, I went in with my Urban Decay 24/7 Inks liner in Zero. And then for mascara, I went in with the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick mascara. And this is what we are looking like. She looks beautiful. I absolutely love this eye look. But let's go ahead and move on to a lip. So for my lips, I want to go ahead and line them with the Skin by Kim lip liner in Nude 001. But first, let me take off my lip balm. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips. Just like that. I have been enjoying this lip combo that I'm about to do, but I've been enjoying these lip liners from Skin. They are really nice. They go on nicely. They stay for a very long time. It is really hard to talk and line your lips at the same time, so bear with me. But what I was saying is I am enjoying it. They are nice. They are a good pencil. I do think that you can get just as good of a pencil for less, but I do enjoy this very much. And then we're going to go in with my ABH, what are these called? The Lip Velvet colors. I have mine in Crush, and I've been enjoying this too. It's really soft on the lips. It's very comfortable, very lightweight, and it seems to last a long time. But we're going to find out today exactly how long this lasts. Okay, so that is what this looks like. I will say that this does not dry down. It stays nice and moussey and moisturizing on the lips all day, which I love. It's very comfortable. It's a like a soft matte lip is what it is. But it is beautiful. I have been enjoying it. So we are going to go ahead and set this face, and then we're going to talk about some of these products that I use today. So first impressions, some that we are continuing to use, and see what we think. But I'm going to go in with the NYX Marshmallow Setting Spray. I have been really, really loving this setting spray. It smells so good. It really does lock in your makeup and help it stay all day. I have really noticed that it does that. It doesn't feel sticky, it doesn't feel heavy. I've said before, it has a very aggressive sprayer, but it doesn't leave any water droplets or lift up my makeup, so I don't mind it. It does feel really nice. Okay, so this is our finished look. I'm just going to take these little clippies out of my hair because they are driving me nuts. And yeah, let's go ahead and discuss the products that we used. So the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, so far I'm really loving this. I feel like it feels exactly the same as the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip on my skin, except for this is just a little bit more tacky, which I'm not mad about. But I do want to try this out with some of my Holy Grail products and see if it all wears the same using this as it does with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. So I'm really excited to try this out because if I have found a replacement for that, I'm very happy. My wallet is very happy. Everybody's happy. The Tarte Key Largo Glow, what are these? The bronzing drops. I'm going to have to try these out more. Like I said, I want to try mixing it in with my moisturizer, mix it in with my foundation. Maybe this summer wear it like on my shoulders and stuff as a little bit of bronzing and see how they work. I also want to try this as a liquid bronzer and see if it works that way as well. We will find out. But so far so good. It didn't mess with my makeup. It didn't disturb it. It didn't do anything weird. It didn't grab. I didn't have any patchiness or anything like that. So far so good, but I do want to keep trying this out. Like I said, I have nothing to compare it to. I've never tried the Drunk Elephant version or anything like that, but I am excited to keep trying this. The About Face, the Performer Foundation. This is not a first impression. I have used this several times now. And like I said, I do like it. It's not my favorite, but I enjoy it. It is a very nice foundation. I feel like it's maybe a little too matte for me. And I don't think that this is a matte foundation. I need to look that up because I don't remember. It's been a little bit since I looked up the claims of this foundation, but it is medium coverage. It does sit really nicely on my skin. It is a fantastic shade match. I don't feel like it's off. I don't feel like it oxidizes. I don't feel like it dries down funny. It doesn't patch up. It doesn't pill or anything like that. For me, it just doesn't wear so far as long as I want it to, and it does sink into my lines on my forehead, it really accentuates them, which is that's probably like the biggest thing that I look for when it comes to a foundation. Around my nose, my mouth, I can pat that out, I can make that work, but this up here, I can't. But I do want to keep trying that. So far, I enjoy it. It's just not my favorite. As far as concealer goes, I've been using the Fenty Beauty Wear Even concealer, and I still feel the same about it. I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel underwhelmed. I just feel whelmed about it. There's nothing about this concealer that makes me go, ooh, I want to try that concealer. But it's not a bad concealer either. It's mid, I guess, is the word that you would use to describe it. It is very hydrating under the eyes. It does have good coverage. I can't really complain about it. There's just nothing about this concealer that stands out to me so far. But I do want to keep trying it a little bit more. Some days it looks really, really nice under my eyes, and some days it doesn't. So I haven't quite figured out exactly how I feel about it, if that makes sense. But anyways, let's move on to the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I really like this powder. This is a fantastic mattifying powder. If you are an oily skin girly, this could be your best friend from the drugstore. And you know what I just realized? Squirrel moment. I've seen it all over TikTok how you can open this up and bust it out. And look, you can see the circle for it. Huh, maybe we'll try that. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Yes, this is a mattifying powder, and I do feel very matte. I don't usually go for a super mattifying powder anymore. I used to, and when I do, it's usually more in like the heat of the summer, like June, July, August. When we get our heavy, heavy summers and it gets really hot, that's when I bring it out. So I am excited to see how this holds up this summer when I use it when it's hot outside. But it is a really, really nice setting powder from the drugstore. I understand the hype behind it. I understand why it's been around as long as it has and why it's so loved. But yeah, it's a mattifying powder. Okay, the Smashbox Halo Sculpt and Glow face palette. This is a nice face palette. Smashbox did it. I enjoy it. I really love the color selection that I got in my palette. I feel like this bronzer is really nice. It's not overly pigmented. It's not too dark for my fair skin. These blushes are really nice as well. They both look beautiful on my skin. And the same thing with the highlighter. It is blinding. It is beautiful. All of the products performed beautifully. First impression. I didn't have any patchiness. I didn't have anything move around or take up any of my other makeup. So I'm excited to keep trying this. The only thing that I do not like about this is the fact that when you open it, it doesn't stay open. It wants to slam shut. So it's not something you can just kind of sit up and have open and put on your makeup. You could have to kind of like, I guess if you kind of rig it a little bit, but it's still going to flop back. But other than that, I do like this. This is a nice component. I think it is really pretty. I do like the Smashbox Halo line. So I'm excited to keep playing with this. Let's see here. The Ensley Rain Lands of Enchantment palette. This is a beautiful palette. It is a pastel palette. So if you are not a fan of pastels, then this is probably a pass for you. But it does go from light to dark, and we have our mid-tones in here. So you can get, I mean, as you can see, some very dark, dramatic looks out of it, as well as some very light ones as well. I just think this palette is stunning. It's so ethereal, so beautiful. I love the color selections that we have in it. It's more of those purples and blues and greens that I was talking about in my, which one was it? My Nomad New Zealand stargazing video. But the shimmers in here are stunning. They're absolutely beautiful. They're so reflective, so shiny, and the mattes just, they blend like butter. They go on so nicely. They're pigmented, but they're blendable and they're buildable. And you can build up to a darker shade or you can build down to a lighter shade. So all around, I really do enjoy the Ensley Rain formula, and I'm excited to see what they have coming out this year, because they are definitely a new favorite brand that is on my radar. Let's see, let's go on to, the Urban Decay Big Bush Brow. Again, still hate the name of this. I don't know what it is about Big Bush. It sends chills down my spine. But this is the brunette shade, and so far I am enjoying it. It is holding my brows in place what little bit that I have. I do like the color payoff that I got with it. My brows look nice, so I'm excited to keep trying this and keep using it and see if it's just as good as my NYX Thick It Stick It. I know that the NYX is like less than half the price of this, but I am enjoying this. I do like that it has the fibers in it. I like the color. I like the wand. It's nice and small. I can't complain. So we'll see how this one lasts. But so far, so good. Let's move on to the lips. So the Skin by Kim lip liner, I really enjoy it. I like the shade that I got. It's just a good nude lip liner. It holds everything in place. It doesn't budge. It doesn't smear. It doesn't feather into any lines around my mouth. I'm enjoying this. And the same thing with the ABH Lip Velvet right here in Crush. I enjoy it. I really like it. I feel like it lasts a really long time. I've eaten with it. I've had coffee. I've had water, soft drinks, all the things. And I haven't had it like wear off and get patchy or do like the white ring of death on the inside of my lips, anything like that. We are going to go to lunch today, and we're going to have Dave's Hot Chicken, which is spicy fried chicken. So we'll see how it holds up with that. I figure if it can hold up to that, it can hold up to pretty much anything. But I am enjoying it. It's very comfortable, very moisturizing, and I do like the color. I have the color Crush right here. And lastly is the NYX the Marshmallow Setting Spray. I really enjoy this setting spray. I have used so much of it. If I hold it up, I am down to right here, and I've only had this for about 2 weeks now, but I love it. I will definitely repurchase this one. It definitely sets my makeup down, makes it last all day. It says it's mattifying. I do think that it is mattifying. It didn't make anything extra glowy or hydrating or anything like that, but it does what it's supposed to do, and it smells absolutely amazing. It smells like candied marshmallows, and I love that. So this is definitely a new holy grail for me. But I think that is it for this video, y'all. We tried out lots of new products. We got some first impressions in. We kept trying some other products that I had already been using, and I am very happy with the way that my makeup turned out today. I'm excited to continue to wear this all day and see how everything performs. But yeah, so that is it for this video. I want to thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Click the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell before you leave so you'll be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. And until the next video, have a good one. Bye.